Alright y'all, welcome back. Now today we're going to talk about calves. One of the main staples you can do for calves is your seated calf raises. You want to assess the weight. If you've never done them before, I would start with very, very low weight just to see kind of how the machine goes. Sometimes people's ankles can be stiff. All those things could cause a couple of different issues, but you want to make sure that your ankles are kind of warmed up first so you can kind of just move them around, get those together first. When I slide in here, I again like to have my pads right onto my legs. I'm going to brace my core. My abs are still going to be tight. I'm going to lift up first to a full calf extension, and then I'm going to drop down. When I drop down, I get the full range of motion through the back of those ankles, and then I push up through the balls of my feet, squeezing all the way at the top. So pushing down and coming back up. Now, one thing that I have noticed is, like, some people lean back like this and do them. I find that I get more activation and more tension when I lean forward. So play around with those, see if you've noticed the same things, and see how that goes. So you can do any rep range on that, decide what the weight is, and that's how that works. So basically, this is your stopper. When you kick up, move this out the way, do your reps, then put this back and make sure it is secure before you descend. Moving on. So I'm not a big fan of training calves. I've been forced to train them here and there, but one movement that I found that works really, really well, that doesn't require any extra weight and it's kind of body weight but still works really well, is like this squat variation. I don't know what it's called, but it works. So this is what it looks like. This variation, you just go down like here. All right, I'm seated here. From here, I'm gonna walk up to my toes, squeeze all the way, and then I'm gonna come back down. So right now, my ribs are on my quads. My toes are going all the way up to the top of that activation, and I'm coming back down. Right now, my feet are neutral, hip width for me, but you can go turn out, extend. You're gonna feel that a little bit more on the inside of the calves. That's why I feel it at least. I'm still gonna feel a little bit on the outside because I've already warmed them up now. You can even go a little bit wider outside of the hips, get all the way up there, and I feel that the most on the outside of my calf. So right around that area when it's more than hip width. And then your goal is not to pull on this, you're just resting. And you're going up and down. This is the pace I generally use for these to get that full squeeze at the top, get the flexion in those feet, coming back down. Again, you can turn out this way too. So find the ones that activate you, switch it up, and go from there. But that's another variation if you don't want to do weights with them, or if you want something new to kind of break up the monotony. That's a variation you can do. So my goal was to show you how to do a standing calf raise, but the standing calf raise, the traditional one, is taken. So the goal is, again, teach you how to work in the gym space. So as long as you're doing the same motion, you can get that type of motion on any machine, whether it's a hack squat, whether it's a V squat like I'm about to do it now. You can get the same motion as long as you are learning how the body works and how your body works. So if I want to do standing calf raises on this squat machine, I'm going to go here. Still keep my same form as if I was doing legs. I'm going to come up. I don't even need to disengage. I'm going to just stay right here. And I'm going to go standing calf raises. And you just push up. Now, you won't have the full descent that you would off of the standard machine, but it works still, just so you can get the job done, and then you can come back when that person is done, if you need to. Or you can just stick with these and go from the day. Now, when I'm doing my calf raises, when I'm doing my calf raises, for me, I make sure there's you can't tell because I have sweatpants on, but I make sure there's a slight bend in the knee. I don't lock out the leg like this. I keep it soft so that way I'm keeping all the pressure in my calves versus in the back of my knees if I was not doing it like this. I keep a soft bend, extend up to tippy toes. You can turn out, you can turn them in, you can keep them neutral. You can do close, you can do wide. Y'all are basically getting the same concept of change it up. Still keep the basic movements, change up where you need to, get different range of motions, get different activations, get different angles, so that way you're still working the muscle overall. But that's how you would do a standing calf raise on a squat machine if you need to do that. You could also do regular plate loaded. If I'm doing plate loaded, I could easily grab a dumbbell, grab a plate, and just stand there. Matter of fact, I can grab this. All right, so if I want to grab 2 of these and I want more extension, I can get off the side of this. I can just hold on a little bit. And then it just extend up. Now that is another way to keep your balance too, because you got to use your feet. But that way you get the descending motion that you didn't get on that pad while also incorporating your balance. I stay forward a little bit, get that full extension. As if I'm on the machine, it's just plate loaded. Okay? Now balance is going to be key on that one to make sure you're able to hold that activation. But it'll be good for strengthening your feet, strengthening your calves, and strengthening your overall ankles. So that way you get that flexion, go down, and get the activation as well. All right, so fourth potential exercise you have is if you have a leg press, you can do calves. So for instance, I'm going to pop in here. Got my weight already set. I'm going to get set as if I'm doing a leg press. I'm going to push up the machine, push forward, walk my feet down. From there, same key things. Knees are soft. I'm letting the weight come back on my ankles. And I'm going to push up through my toes. Ball and socket joint of that big toe. Push in here. Big stretch at the top. Down. Big stretch at the top. So what I'm not doing is locking those knees out and going like this. Don't do that. Lock all this in place. Get it stabilized. Only move from the ankle joint. Push out. Ankle joint. Push out. And then when you want to come out of that, get your whole foot on the pads. Ease it down like you're doing a leg press. And that is how you do that variation. Now, if you have a partner, there's also a way to do a donkey calf raise. I don't have anybody to get on my back or anybody who will let get on my back in here. So you can Google what those are, but that's another option. Have a fifth option for your calf raises and just calf work in general. So those are your main staples that you can do and implement into your calf workouts. Depending on how many times you do calves a day, depending on your genetics, you may need more, you may need less. So test them out, try them out, see how you like them. Let me know below.